Welcome back to the cord cutting today, where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting and give you my opinion on them. Stories like the death of DVDs and Blu-rays will tell you about a major store walk away just not from the discs, but from the players themselves. Netflix sees viewership plummet in 2023, and T-Mobile is adding Hulu, but making some changes to its free Netflix that you may not like. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families, and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of television. With that said, let's dive into it, starting off with Best Buy is reportedly removing DVD players and Blu-rays from their stores. Now, they announced late last year that DVDs and Blu-rays would be removed from the stores in 2024, early 2024. Already gone in some stores, slowly phasing out in others. This is after years of that DVD section, Blu-ray too, getting smaller and smaller as people go to streaming. Well, now they have started to pull DVD players and Blu-ray players from shelves, meaning you walk into Best Buy to get a new one, you're going to be out of luck. It's going to, I think Walmart still sells them, but you're maybe quickly looking at a thing like VHS players, which you can still get, but you have to do it on places like Amazon. This just comes to reality that physical media, while still alive, is a fraction of what it was a few years ago. Best Buy has looked and said, hey, it is more profitable for us to take this square footage, our stores are only so big, and transition it into other items. In this case, we're more video games and other similar merchandise that is still much more popular. But video games are starting to see the same thing. Increasingly, people are moving from buying physical video games to downloading them. I know as a parent, I like that, especially for my Nintendo Switch, because those little cartridges have a way of vanishing. If I download them, I don't have to worry about my daughter losing the cartridge in the same way, but they can still lose the Switch. But let me know, do you still buy physical Blu-rays and DVDs? Honestly, it's been quite some time since we've done that. For a while, we used to buy old Disney movies and VHS at flea markets and garage sales, but now that we have Disney Plus, most of that's there anyway. So leave me a comment, let me know, do you still buy physical media? All right, Netflix saw viewership drop by more than 7 billion hours in 2023. This comes as it faces more competition, but I would also argue a lot of this has to do with the fact that many Americans during 2020 through 2022 even, were watching more television than they were in 2019. With the growth of everything happening in the world in 2020, they kind of moved to watching more television. Now that everything's opening back up, more and more people are feeling comfortable to go out and enjoy the world out there. I think that's a big part of this that you can't discount. But you do have to acknowledge that there's a lot of competition. Max launched last year that brought Discovery Plus and HBO Max into a single service, mostly. And other similar services have been adding over the last few years. That's definitely probably had an impact on Netflix viewing. But it's kind of one of those things. A lot of people like to blame things like this on a single issue. It's probably a bunch of issues bundled together to represent why Netflix has lost over 7 billion hours of viewing in 2023. So let me know, do you watch less Netflix or more Netflix? I've definitely thought about a few times canceling it, but there's always a show here or there we want, but it may become the service I rotate. It used to be the service I always kept. All right, if you are a T-Mobile customer, you may be able to get free Hulu. So Hulu is now available for free to T-Mobile customers on select plans, including the what was it? I am looking at the story, let me find it. The Go 5G Next, I believe, is the plan you need with that. Check out the story down below with that link, or talk to T-Mobile to make sure you're on the right plan. But with this plan, you can get free Netflix, Hulu, and Apple TV on them. Plus, if you sign up for it in time, Major League Baseball. It's at-bat service with that. Pretty nice deal here. Again, only on select Go 5G plans, you can get free Hulu with ads on this. Speaking of ads, Netflix now, which has been free to T-Mobile customers without ads, will be switching over to being available with ads. The new version of the Netflix on them makes some changes to it. Now there's some good things here. For example, you're going to get 2 streams instead of 1, watching on 2 devices at once instead of 1. The downside, and you're going to get higher quality video. The downside is it's going to start coming with ads. Now this comes as the plan that T-Mobile offered for a while, was no longer offered by Netflix. It came back, but now it seems like T-Mobile is transitioning people with that. Full details down below to see if you're going to be impacted by this transition, but definitely new customers will be after January 24th, I believe is the date with this change on it. So check it out, link in the show notes down below if you want to learn more with that. Speaking of T-Mobile, they are increasing the speed on their wireless network by testing out some new technology that allow them in testing to get 3.6 gigs per second, not megabytes per second. This isn't like the 100 down. This is a 3.6 gigabit service on their lines. They're doing this by combining different carrier networks into one. This agreement allows them to merge 6 carriers' networks into a single aggregated one. With this deal, T-Mobile's 5G network crosses multiple frequencies to find the best one and get the best speed to take full advantage of the, instead of just a very limited spectrum, but a full broad range of spectrum to offer faster speeds. Now this is currently being done in partnership with Ericsson and Qualcomm, and is still in the testing phase, but if it rolls out and it performs half as well, it should significantly help improve T-Mobile's network speed, but also its ability to handle busy crowds. Have you ever been to like a Michigan football game and suddenly your phone stops working? It's because there's so many people there. It's crowding and congesting the network. Now they're getting better at that. Many NFL stadiums, for example, Verizon worked very hard to upgrade all of them to be able to handle the crowds. They need to do Michigan football stadium. T-Mobile's been doing the same, but this will make it more possible because there's always those other things, right? There's a festival downtown. There's some type of other issue that's clogging up the networks, making it impossible to use. Now with this, it could help with that, and not just speed, and also help bring 5G home internet to more areas. All right, let's keep moving along with this story. Roku TVs. Now, Roku has announced a new line of Roku TVs. This includes the Roku Pro televisions. These TVs are a new, very high-end television network. But with that, all Roku TVs are going to get an update later this year that will allow Roku TV software to automatically optimize the picture quality of your television set. For example, if you're gaming, it'll move you into a gaming mode. If you're watching a cinematic movie, it'll move you into a movie mode. Sports will automatically tune to be in a sports mode. With this, I assume this will be an optional feature you can turn on and off, but with this, your TV will detect what kind of content you're watching and do its best to adjust the picture settings to best manage that quality there. Pretty nice feature there. I own some Roku TVs. It'll be nice to see how this plays out. All right, one of the questions we get asked a lot, and I did a Ask Luke story on this, is cord cutting a lie? Now, recently, The Messenger ran a story about, is streaming a lie? Is this idea you can save money with streaming a lie? This raised a lot of questions by people as cord cutting overall a lie. And because of that, we did some digging and found out that no, cord cutting can still save you a lot of money. And we'll break that all down. But what's very interesting here is, this idea that, yeah, people are cutting back on how much streaming they are paying for, subscribing to fewer services, but they're not going back to cable. They're just saying, hey, I had all these services, and maybe I don't want to have as many with it. So let me know, are you one of the people who cut back on streaming? I'd love to hear from you. Why did you cut back on streaming? Was it pricing or just not watching it enough? All right, a local TV station has filed an FCC complaint against Dish demanding must carry. Now, must carry would force Dish to offer this channel. This is CNZ Communications, owner of WGBP in Alabama, has filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Communication over a carriage dispute with Dish. They are demanding the FCC force Dish to offer their locals. This has been a demand for quite some time, especially from smaller stations, forcing cable and satellite companies to carry their channels. We'll see how this plays out. But it's very interesting to see how the FCC will rule on this. Will they rule that, yes, you have to carry these channels, or you don't have to carry these channels, mandatory? Currently, they are not must carry, and must carry in the FCC rules has a lot to go into it. I won't, but it would basically force Dish to offer the channels. There's some trade-off on the other end, though, with this. So let me know, should cable services be forced to offer locals? Speaking of that, Tinga, who's still struggling with a DirecTV dispute that has their channels dark, announced that they've renewed its TV station deals for all of its NBC affiliates. Now with this means if you have a local Tenga station that offers NBC in your area, Tenga is the owner of local television stations. Remember, most television stations, ABC, NBC, Fox, aren't actually owned by the big parent company. They're owned by different companies who license the content from them. With this deal, they'll continue to offer NBC content on those stations going forward. Without it, they would have become independent stations. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a great weekend. I will have a special channel update video posted tomorrow if you want to check that out. Actually, I'll probably post it on Sunday. But thank you to everybody for your support. It's been a crazy 2023. 2024 is off to a great start. We got big plans. I'll break down tomorrow with that, or on Sunday, depending on when I get it live. But over 52,000 subscribers to this channel. Between this and the breakdown channel, over 60,000 new subscribers in 2023. Huge thank you. Normally I would do a Ask Luke session here. I didn't get any questions this one. If you have a question, do me a favor. Start your question with question for Luke or something like that. So I know it's a question you want me to answer here. I know if I didn't answer your question last week, I was on vacation. Those were pre-recorded videos. Re-ask the question. I'll do my best to answer them here. Until next time, take care, be safe. We'll be back again real soon.